I almost just accidentally decapitated a lizard. He was crawling up the cupboard door and I went to go shut it as his head was there, but I didn't do it, thank God. Hello. Today we're gonna make bean salad. Is this a cooking channel? No, but this is a channel in which I want to talk and share deep ideas, and I often feel anxious when I come on the camera. So I'm thinking, maybe let's experiment. Let's see how it is if I'm doing something and talking at the same time. So I don't know what we're gonna talk about. That's just kind of how my videos have been going, but I want to dive into something. I'm probably gonna name this video something like diving deep in making bean salad. I really like the contrast of that because it encompasses the two sides of me. One that really does like to ponder life and think really, you know, deep into things, get all philosophical as shit. And then also I like weird, random, silly, goofy shit as well. I feel like there's just something comically beautiful about making beans. Honestly, anything bean related is kind of silly, but making that and talking. Anyways, enough preface, let's fucking do things. So this is the angle we're working with here. This is the only good lighting, yet all my shit's over here. But we're gonna figure this out. Like I said, this is not necessarily a cooking video, but I figured I might as well teach you how to make this while I'm doing this. Can we multitask? Let's see. So first we have our container. It's not clean, but it just had bean salad in it yesterday, so we're gonna leave it, okay? I don't know how this is gonna go because honestly, now that I think about it, whenever I'm hanging out with a friend and I'm cooking and talking at the same time, it doesn't go so well. But we're gonna experiment. This whole channel is one big ol' motherfucking experiment because I'm just trying to get outside my comfort zone because I did not even realize how anxious I was gonna get when it came to recording videos. Like, I have all these good ideas. Like, if I'm standing here and staring at the camera, and I could just talk freely, flowing, if it's not on. But the second I press that red button, bro, I like freeze and then I like stutter and I'm just like, goddamn, what the fuck? Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is put some beans in there because, you know, it's bean salad, of course. I have kidney beans and chickpeas. Emptying out the bean water because who the fuck wants bean water? I mean, I feel like you can probably do something with the bean water, but just like bean juice sounds disgusting. Oh God. These beans are a little bit juicy. So yesterday I went and got eyelash extensions and I have had them before. It's been a long time since I've gotten them and I used to really like them, but now I just really don't wear makeup much. And it's just, I really like my natural face. I really like having no makeup on, but I'm in Bali right now and it's so affordable to get eyelash extensions. It's way more expensive in the States. So I figured, why not? When in Rome, you know? And I did it and now I feel crazy. Like going from never wearing makeup to this, I know it looks good. Here's the thing. I do think it looks good. It's a vibe, but it just feels so different. Like it feels not really like me, not really like my vibe. So I'm just kind of adjusting to that right now. These bad boys are gonna be on here. They're gonna be on here for at least a couple weeks, a few weeks until they fall off. So I might as well just rock them. I mean, they are pretty, okay? So anyways, just wanted to get that out of the way. Obviously, I feel a little bit insecure about it, okay? It's a little bit different. I just need to adjust. So I'm just expressing that. Next, we're gonna put olives in. I fucking love black olives. As I was a kid, I was so obsessed with olives, black in particular. But now I really like green ones too with the garlic in them. Ow. It didn't hurt, honestly. I didn't even cut my finger, but I just like, the thought of almost cutting my finger triggered me to say ow. Really interesting. Okay, so let's fucking talk. So first things first, I want to say, I just recently got 100 followers on here. I'm really fucking grateful for that. Like, I know it's just 100, but to me, like 100 is a lot on YouTube, and I'm really fucking stoked about that. And then I have also gotten my first haters, which is also exciting for me, honestly, because I've gotten some like hater-esque comments on some of the reels I've made, and I really appreciate it because it's shown me how much I've grown and how little I feel affected by it. And let me explain. So when I first started making videos, one of my concerns was that I was like afraid people were gonna perceive me as someone who was like trying to be a guru, who's trying to be just this like hyper spiritual, tell people how to live type energy. I really don't want to come across that way. I really don't And even more than not wanting to come across that way, I don't want to show up in that way. And I really just kept myself in check. And I really feel like I bounce around when I explain things. Okay, let me backtrack. I'm like waving a knife around. So this guy commented on one of my reels and said something like, oh, another spiritual self-help guru trying to blah, 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 whatever. It was a hate-esque comment. And it was in a way a comment that really catered to my concern about like exploring this whole YouTube situation with how I'm creating. And then when I read the comment, I didn't feel fazed. And I was like, wow, cool. Maybe I actually don't really care that much about this fear. And I think for one, I really recognize that like if you're the type of person that goes and comments mean things, then it's like, that's someone, I don't value your opinion, honestly. Like, I don't feel like that is coming from a good place, so I don't really care what you have to say. I'm very open to constructive criticism. If I ever say something on here and someone has a differing opinion or they like notice something that I say and want to have a conversation about it, I'm open to that. Like, I genuinely am. But it's like that type of energy of just like throwing hate. Like, I don't care. I don't care what you gotta say, bro, because it's not coming from a genuine space. And I really realized the people whose opinion that I actually care about are people who see me more clearly or just like see me in a loving light, see me in a forgiving light, and recognize my humanness. Anywho, I feel excited to have received the hate comments because yeah, they're just showing me that I don't give a fuck, bro. Yeah, I still do give a fuck. So yeah, there is a part of me that does give a fuck, obviously, because when I put this camera on me, I tend to freeze. And I feel like I'm trying to understand it because I don't really feel like I care that much about what people think about me when I speak, yet I freeze. So do I subconsciously actually care and I don't even recognize it? Or is this just some sort of sensation that I don't need to rationalize? I feel like I spent a lot of my life trying to pick apart things in order to understand them. And it's interesting because I feel like this is a gift of mine, yet also a place where I hold myself back or hurt myself, because I do think it's really beautiful to really try to understand things, to understand the parts that create whatever is unfolding, to create the energy, the feeling, whatever it is. It's helpful. Yet also sometimes, perhaps, this is just theory, I don't know. Perhaps it's just better for me to just recognize the feeling and not try to compartmentalize it and like diagnose it. You know, not that I'm trying to diagnose myself, but just trying to understand it from a space of trying to fix it. Am I making sense here? I don't really think I am, but basically how I'm approaching this is just through exposure therapy and not trying to deem myself as like right or wrong or whatever it is for experiencing this anxiety when I turn on the camera, and just exposure therapy, like literally just showing up and doing it, like what I'm doing right now. I tend to dread the filming process of making videos, which is so interesting because I enjoy the preparation for the video, like really having all these ideas of what I want to talk about and like journaling about them and really thinking about them. So I enjoy that part and I enjoy the editing, but it's the middle part, it's like the doing it that I feel anxious about. And I'm sure that shows up in other areas of my life. I do actually see this a lot where I love prepping myself, I love reflecting, but doing the damn thing, bro, that is a very important, crucial part of the process. Although I feel resistance to like recording, and sometimes I'll make excuses as to why I shouldn't do it, here I am doing it. And I almost feel a little bit shy about how my videos kind of feel a little bit like meta. I don't know if this is the proper word for it. This is the word that's coming up to me. Meta in the sense that I'm literally like talking about the thing that I'm doing. I don't know, bro. I'm processing, okay? You guys are my therapist. And by you guys, I mean all 20 of you that are watching this in the camera that's recording. But I'm not gonna talk that way too, because you never know. Could be a million people watching this right now. That would be crazy. But I also think that's potential. Like, that's such a possibility. A million people could fucking see this video. One thing that I really appreciate, side note, I'm cutting, oh my god, I'm cutting cucumber, which is the next step. I put a bunch of olives in here. But something that I recognize as a really important part of manifestation is that, like, if there's something you desire to create, you need to align with that which can hold what you want to create, if this makes sense here. And let me break it down. Say you have a dream, and the version of you that lives within that dream, you need to become that version, otherwise you cannot experience that dream. And like, if you can't hold the dream, then you can't align the dream. And how that relates to what I'm saying is that the version of me who ends up being successful is a funny word. I feel like success in a deeper sense is just learning about myself, knowing myself, which in a way relates to what I'm talking about, because the version of me that is successful in this is the version of me that has really understood herself throughout this process of me filming. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to push myself outside my comfort zone and really try to align with a version of me that can hold a successful manifestation of this, whatever this is that I'm creating, this exploration. And it's also kind of trippy to think about that one day future version of me is going to be watching this video. So crazy. I wonder what I'm doing. Am I still making videos? I really hope I am. And I really do believe, like, if we hold a dream dear to our heart and it is of our heart, if we just continue to show up and meet it with presence, feed it energy, it will inevitably grow. So it's the middle part, the doing the damn thing. Well, you still continuously throughout the creation of your dream, I feel like, cycle through preparation, doing, and reflection and all of it. But yeah, bro, next we're gonna do some red pepper up in here. I do kind of feel like me cutting vegetables is helping me talk right now. We're not diving too deep today. I don't really know. We're just following wherever my little big heart takes me. You know, bro, life, dude. I feel like I'm in a very like content phase of my life right now. Yeah, I also am not 100% content. Life just feels very simple and steady, and I'm really grateful for that, because I know that life has its, you know, waves, and eventually I'm sure I'm about to hit a little like, oh, but it's about, you know, not to be cliche, but it's about how you ride the wave. And I think it's so important to enjoy the chill, the parts where your nervous system's just like straight up chilling, you know? And I feel like the past like couple of years of my life, I've definitely had my highs and lows, but I've genuinely felt the most stable that I've ever felt in my entire life. And it's really fucking beautiful, amazing feeling, because I've spent so much time investing my energy in really unhealthy relationships. We're gonna do some red onion now. And I've spent most of my life in relationships. They were kind of longer relationships, yet I didn't really have much time in between them. In these past 2 years, I've been single. 2 years, bro. And it has felt like the most stable I have ever felt. And I feel like taking these 2 years has been so important for me to really establish like my baseline of like, what does it feel like to just be with myself? I spent so much time alone within these 2 years too. So it's like not just being single, but like hanging out with people all the time. Like, no, I've been single and I've just been alone a lot. And I've really gotten to know myself. And I've really just settled my nervous system so much that I can now recognize what feels like baseline for me. And now baseline is this like pretty chill space. So if someone comes in my life and I start to notice like so much of this chaos being stimulated, then I can recognize it as a red flag. Although, of course, I will say I'm aware that relationships, you know, have their ups and downs. And one day when I do enter a relationship, even if it's a healthy one, which it will be, I choose to not enter another unhealthy relationship. So when I do, I'm sure that we will have our highs and lows. Again, it's a different type of high and low than like a trauma bonding relationship. I've had some moments within these 2 years of some connections that I like explored a little bit and recognized that my nervous system was signaling that it just wasn't it. So yeah, I've listened to that and not leaned into it any farther. And I'm really proud of myself for learning how to attune to my system, to truly listen to what it speaks to me, and also to respect what it tells me. I think it's just so important to truly respect what our system is communicating to us, because it is always communicating. It's just a matter of attunement, of truly learning how to listen to what it is that it says, you know? Oh my god, this looks so fucking good. Now we're gonna put a bunch of garlic. I love garlic so fucking much, bro. So I'm really interesting with my eating. I really just love healthy shit. I love stuff that feels good for my system, and I like simple shit, you know? So I eat the same thing for breakfast and lunch every day, and this is becoming my new obsession right now because it's healthy, easy to make. Yeah, it feels good in my system. So pretty much every morning for breakfast I have papaya with almond butter and granola, which is my favorite combination. So fucking good. Or sometimes I'll alternate it with like yogurt in the papaya, coconut yogurt, and then later on I'll have some eggs with veggies, and then later on I'll have some of the bean salad, and then for dinner I will go out and get something to eat because there's a lot of really healthy food around me. It's very affordable right now. now. Pretty much my dinner, I do shift what I get, but breakfast and lunch, same thing. And I don't get bored with it. I really realized that I love routine. I really love having my morning routines and the practices that I do, and just like continuing to maintain them and just find as much depth as I can within them. I feel like sometimes people really like newness all the time, you know? And I just feel like it's really beautiful when you can stick with one thing and experience so much depth within that one thing. I really love that. And I also orient towards relationships in that way as well. I personally don't care to be polyamorous. Like, I really just want one person and to find a lot of beauty and depth and explore ourselves and each other through that connection. That's my ideal. That's what I want. That's what I know I'm gonna have. That's what I choose, because I know that satisfies me on a deep, deep fulfilling level. And I really feel like we're in a culture right now where there's just so much quick fix. You know, people want a quick fix. They want to get this, that, new. When it's like, we're just scraping the surface and we're not actually allowing ourselves to move deeper within whatever it is that we're experiencing, whether it be like a romantic relationship, like a relationship with a project. Yet, of course, it's always important to have balance and to, you know, create space in your life for spontaneity to come in. And I definitely do that. And I really find that I feel the most nourished when I have my routine and deepen within that, and then create little pockets for spontaneity to flow in. Okay, now we have a bunch of garlic, so this is going good. Maybe should I do one more garlic? I feel like you can never have enough garlic. I feel like we live in a very avoidant culture right now, and I'm not excluding myself. I have been so avoidant so much of my life, and I still recognize spaces where I am avoidant, where I crave the quick fix, where I want to like run away from myself. And it's just really a process of recognizing that and keeping myself in check, you know, reorienting towards deeper fulfillment, towards really showing up and applying myself, and recognizing that a lot of the times the things that are really worth it require deep devotion, require commitment, require you to continuously show up again and again and again. Okay, so now we're gonna put some feta cheese in here. I used to eat so much cheese as a kid. I loved it. And then I went vegan for a while, not vegan anymore, but I still just like didn't really eat cheese for the most part. It just wouldn't sit well with my system. But now I've been trying to reintroduce it, and it seems to be doing okay. And I'm really hoping that it works, because I fucking love cheese. It tastes so good. Oh my god. Oh my god, that shit's so good. What the fuck? Okay, so oregano, black pepper, some garlic salt, some olive oil. I know this is not really that great of a brand of olive oil, but it's what we're working with here, you know? Some lemon juice, and then lastly, some Dijon mustard. This is like extra strong Dijon, I guess, but you know, I like my shit spicy, so I don't really care. And then we just mix it all up, and this looks amazing, to be honest with you. Holy shit. This is what it looks like, and I'm gonna wrap this video up because I think they're about to start some construction next door, and I've been rambling for a while. So thanks for listening. I appreciate you witnessing me and this and my journey, and yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. You know what, I'll plug myself a little bit. If you want to follow along my journey and witness how this unfolds, you could follow me. I'd appreciate that. But also, if you don't want to, that's okay too. Regardless, whether you choose to follow me or not, I wish you a beautiful, beautiful, nourishing day. Okay.